EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the City of Angels, Los Angeles, California. Today, after a topsy-turvy opening weekend, it's on to week 2, and we've got a good one here, as it'll be the Detroit Lions taking on the LA Chargers. Games out of the way, time to buckle down for the long season ahead, and we're off in week 2. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone, and no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. They'll come out throwing here on first down. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Gibbs. So from the 26-yard line, here's second down and 1. First run of the game for Jahmyr Gibbs, the Alabama product. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. Able to get the 1 yard he needed, but nothing more. He'll look to throw. Setting up the screen. This is Gibbs. And they're able to get this one across the 35. It's a gain of 10 for the Lions and a first down.
And as you're game planning as a staff, you go through all the different ways you can neutralize the other guy's pass rushers. Extra linemen, leave a tight end in, bring the running backs back in to block. Or you can do this, a little simple screen pass, and it works to perfection.
So here's a first and 10 at the 38. They'll drop to throw. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down. When you talk about the defense for these Chargers, they currently sit at number 4 in the NFL in terms of stopping the run.
We know it's only week 1, but the results look pretty good so far. The key is, can they do it week in and week out? Because right now, they're not awarding any championships or trophies after 1 week of performance. Got some nice young faces playing for them. Let's see if they can get this going.
And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. Well, this defense for the Chargers, terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
Try to get it to Williams, but it's intercepted. And he'll take this all the way down inside the 40. After the turnover, here's Herbert. Short one here, caught by McBride.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion and would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
It's a gain of 11 and a first down, L.A.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, second and 2. Pretty effective run there, and now they can start to smell that end zone.
Pound the rock. Make sure you use your O-line to set the tone of dominance and physicality and pound the rock.
Here's Herbert now on second down. Got his tight, and the ball is knocked out. Oh, one of the linebackers has got it. And I guess we're back to square one. A rocky start here. A turnover followed by a turnover.
Not exactly what we expected going into the game, but I always wonder about the nerves and people starting, the emotions of the game. Sometimes it takes a little while for that to play out, for them to settle in. Let's hope that that's taken care of now.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. Drive starts with a run from Gibbs. And they're going to stop it right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Now a 2nd and 10. They'll go again with Gibbs. And he'll take this one up to about the 13. Give him 6 yards on the carry. It's going to be 3rd and 3 now.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
On 3rd down, here's Gibbs. And he will get the first down as he's up to the 20-yard line. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs. If you start assessing what went wrong last week, Charles, in their loss, had nothing to do with the ground game. They ran it well.
And you also have to say to yourself as a team, don't go away from what worked. That's not the reason the game was lost. Running the football over time, when you do it consistently, usually translates into wins.
And they're hoping to do it consistently here. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on 1st and 2nd down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. He gets this out wide to Gibbs. Just a gain of a couple there. And that brings up 3rd and a full 10 yards. When you talk about the defense for these Chargers, they currently sit at number 4 in the NFL in terms of stopping the run.
Most of their challenges have come in the passing game because against the run, they've been pretty darn good. Now you got to figure out a way to slow down those receivers before they get downfield and maybe make a few more plays on the ball when it's in the air.
Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete. Here's Lou Hedley on now to punt the football. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. Returning it is Moore. Nice punt, but good work on the return to get back 11 yards. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. The Charger drive about to get going. And they'll be looking to atone for last time's mistake of fumbling inside the red zone. Certainly they don't want to do that again.
And so much emphasis placed on red zone offense. I mean, you have periods devoted in practice just for that because everyone knows how vital it is to put points on the board when you've entered that part of the field. And to come away with nothing, that's difficult for a team to handle.
Difficult, and now we'll see if they can make it less difficult on themselves on this drive. On 1st down, Finley. And a good-looking run there as he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18-yard line. We're scoreless after 1. Charger football to start quarter number 2 as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Herbert operating from the red zone. And this is caught. He's got a touchdown. Danny Gray with career touchdown number 60. And the Chargers post the first points of the ball game as they take the lead here in this 2nd quarter. Extra point up and good by Dicker. And that makes the score 7-0. Now after the Dicker field goal, he's back out ready to send it away. This will be returned from deep in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15. Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They'll be looking to match that touchdown from a moment ago. 7-0 is the score as they begin with a first down. Oh, he's hit. He lost the football. Put it on the carpet. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Gibbs straight ahead. Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
If you're in the offensive huddle, you're smiling after that play because you've certainly got them guessing now. 2nd and short, could they just hand it off for another big gain, or did they take advantage of this spot to take a big shot downfield?
2nd and 4. And that's incomplete.
This back has been a dependable safety valve all game, so he went back to him when his first read was covered. Just unable to connect, so the play results in no gain.
They'll set up a throw. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. So instead of giving them another 3rd down, they'll decline it, brings up 4th.
Now that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. Fair catch called. It's taken in right at the 20-yard line. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And they will take over 1st and 10.
Baylor Tiger. Baylor Tiger.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he will lose yardage on the play. Back at his own 19-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
That was a good illustration of setting the edge as a defensive end, being able to make sure that you stay on your feet no matter what type of block, and you're not going to get pushed inside. Stayed home, skated to the outside, and made the play.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. Gonna throw on 3rd down with Herbert. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Had to pass there, 3rd and long on your own side of the field. Just couldn't come up with anything.
That's why teams always talk about having to win the early downs, meaning you've got to gain yardage and set yourself up for 3rd and short, because when it's 3rd and long, the odds go down significantly trying to pick up the first down, even throwing the football.
Good coverage there holds him to just a 2-yard return following a punt of 44. And the Lions will take over. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Picked by Kenneth Murray. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape, he's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
On 1st down, Justin Herbert. Over the middle, and there's a diving catch. And he's going to be brought down at about the 16. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Up the middle they go. Finley. He will push his way down to about the 14. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
And the Chargers are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line. They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Chargers. A great play there with his 4th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Chargers have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Extra point up and good by Dicker. And that'll make the score 14-0. Here's Dicker now as he'll send this one away. And he'll elect not to run with it. And a fair catch on the kickoff will move the ball to the 25. Offense ready to kick off their next drive. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
Some hot water now after that sack. It's 2nd and 21. He'll drop to throw. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
And this drive was almost over before it began thanks to a great defensive effort. Sack on first down, followed by an incompletion. One more good rep, and they get off the field.
On 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and a mile. They're going to look to throw. Flushed out right. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
It's going to be another frustrating end to a drive here. This offense, they've not been able to get anything going in this first half. And now it's going to be time to gather on the sidelines and try and figure out what's going wrong. Who has an idea? Who has a plan? Time to implement it.
It's a return of 4 following a 42-yard punt. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Charger drive about to get going. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, they could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah.
There he goes, left side. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. A big play there for L.A. 51 yards. After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. Here's Herbert. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. Touchdown, Chargers. A great effort there. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Chargers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point up and good by Dicker. And that makes the score 21-0. So after the touchdown, here's Dicker out to kick this one off. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here, because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession. but I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer, because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 40-score deficit. And if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
Gibbs will try and pick it up. Now he's loose at the 40. Inside the 20. Touchdown, Detroit. Jahmyr Gibbs, his second touchdown on the season. And the Lions are able to make some inroads here to that deficit.
We see this a lot on third and short yardage, especially down here in the red zone. They're going to sell out to stop the run, try and hold them to a field goal. But once the running back gets past the first wave, the resistance can evaporate after that. And he not only picks up the first, but he takes it all the way into the end zone.
Extra point splits the uprights, and they'll cut the lead to 21-7. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. Fair catch going to be taken, and this will be moved out to the 25. The Charger drive about to get going. And now consider the lead. The question is, how much is good enough? Are you going for more?
It's the NFL. There's never enough, I believe, because they get reeled in all the time when you sit on the ball. I think that they...
Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Greedy Williams picks it off. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Straight ahead with Gibbs here. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Snap will come from the 31 on 2nd and 7. Another run for Gibbs here. They had 3 yards on 1st down, just 1 yard there. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. They haven't made much of this great starting field position they had. Here's 3rd and 6. They'll look to throw here. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
So the interception set him up with terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple, partner. You always want to end drives with points. But that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done better there.
And he'll elect not to run with it. The fair catch will move this out to the 25-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. Already enjoying a 2-score lead here late in the second quarter. Not a ton of time left. We'll see if they can work this at least into field goal range and try to get 3 to add on even more to their lead. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
Crowd right, crowd right, crowd right.
Out of the gun, Herbert. And that one incomplete, but now a penalty flag coming in late. That might be PI. After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. Now it's Herbert. Got an open man. It's Josh Palmer. Now the Chargers will use the second of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Meanwhile, Herbert's this throw taken in by Johnston. Now he's loose down the middle of the field. And all the way in for a Charger touchdown. Quentin Johnston as the first half is winding down. And the Chargers will extend their lead here just before halftime. Extra point try now from Dicker. And the lead is up to 18 now. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. So the Chargers will start the second half with the lead and the football as we're underway in the third quarter. And no fireworks to start the half. This will be a touchback. The Charger drive about to get going. As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember that first half, good through the air and really all around an outstanding offensive performance.
Absolutely. They reached the end zone several times. The passing game working awfully well, and most importantly, partner,
yeah, they went to the tunnel with a lead. They come back out with that lead.
Absolutely. NFL coaches, we know they're perfectionists in a lot of ways, but they had to like what they saw in that first half.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. And that is caught one-handed. Oh, my, he pulled it in. Down the sideline he goes. Touchdown, L.A. Quentin Johnston. His second touchdown of the game, his third on the year. And the Chargers come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the third quarter. Extra point up and good by Dicker. And they open the lead up now to 25. Now after the Dicker field goal, he's back out ready to send it away. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. Now a hit and a loose football. And I believe he was able to get this back. He was. Boy, after giving up the touchdown, lucky that didn't turn into another.
I didn't do this in college, but I did it in high school. When you return kicks and you lose it yourself, the panic that goes through you and the determination to get the ball back, I don't even know how to describe it. And I think we just saw an example there.
Yeah, and the relief when you get it back. And he's going to be intercepted for the third time thus far. And the return stops at the 39-yard line. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his second season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. That's complete left side to Gray. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Give him 15 yards on that one and a Charger first down.
21.
Now a handoff up the middle. Finley. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2.
The way things have gone in this one, the running game's been something of an afterthought, and that's not been too bad for them, has it?
Yeah, the offensive returns have been good, but I guess we figured he in the ground game would be a bit more involved. On 2nd down now, Finley. And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and about 5.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
Third and 5. Herbert off of play action. Able to find the open man. That's complete. Touchdown. Danny Gray with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Chargers extend their lead yet again. Extra point up and good by Dicker. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. Here's Dicker now as he'll send this one away. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here and maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. And he comes back with one complete. And he is going to have a Lions first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Oh, they had a good chance to get off the field defensively there. If they could just wrap up, it's going to be a 4th down. But instead, they can't get him on the deck, and he allows them to pick up the first down.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. Over the middle, hauled in by Campbell. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him to football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are, you know, make someone miss in the open field.
First target, first catch, and a 1st down.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a 1st down.
They'll look to throw again.
A little short pass here taken in by Laporta.
Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and that's going to bring up second down.
Out of the gun, they'll give to Gibbs.
And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4.
That time they're able to bottle him up, but he's having a really nice game.
I agree with that. Let's just go big picture, right? Every back that's in the Hall of Fame had carries where they didn't gain yardage or they lost yardage, but you stick with them, don't you? When they're having a good game, keep feeding them.
This will be play number 9 of the drive here as they need 4 yards on 3rd down. He'll look to throw.
Now throw right side here, going to be incomplete.
Sometimes it's just not your day. Here's another failure right there on 3rd down.
Still just the 3rd quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on 4th. They'll look to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And now this is going to depend on the spot. And they say he's just short. The Lions turned away on 4th down. And the Charger defense stands tall, and they get the football back. The Charger drive about to get going.
Well, this offense, this team, they are rolling right now, Charles. They've scored on 3 straight possessions. You look at the scoreboard, and they pretty much right now got this thing on cruise control.
Yeah, and this is that time of game where you and I have to be prepared, right? Isn't this kind of like that empty the bucket time where you have to go into your blowout material and make sure we have some different things? That's what we're staring at right now, the way this one is going.
Here's a run on 1st down that won't even get back to the line of scrimmage. He will lose a yard. 2nd and 11.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
3 quarters have come and gone. This is the National Football League on EA Sports.
Back now at SoFi Stadium in Inglewood.
And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair.
Now this offense really looking polished these first couple of weeks. Here's 1st and 10.
Up the middle they go. Finley. And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And it's going to be another 1st down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 19. The Chargers passing game rolling a bit here. They've got another 1st.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20.
Slot man moves right.
And he'll get it here on the touch pass. And he's just going to run right into that big old defensive end. And that play going nowhere. This defense not fooled one bit on that touch pass.
And this has become one of those kind of in vogue plays, you know, kind of like the shuffle pass was a few years ago. This one never got off the ground, but you understand why a lot of teams are running it. These wide receivers, a lot of them.
Touchdown, Chargers! Quentin Johnston, 26 yards.
And the Chargers are on their way to a 2-0 start. Dicker down to tack on the extra point.
Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead.
So after the touchdown, here's Dicker out to kick this one off. But no run back here. Fair catch, and this will come out to the 25. Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
A give, right side for Gibbs. And he's going to be stopped here a few yards short of the first as the tackle is made at the 33. That'll be good for 6, but now it's 4th down.
That was a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
A 41-yard punt there with no return. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Charger drive about to get going. Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard, but they've scored on 3 consecutive possessions, 3 consecutive drives, and I'm sure that they would like to keep that streak going here and continuing to pour it on.
And things have gotten that way in the NFL, haven't they, partner? Because in the old days, people would, they'd get off the gas a little bit, right? But now, people continue to accelerate. But we'll see what they decide to do as they come out for this one. But the way this game has gone, they've got to be awfully happy with their execution overall.
51 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 13 times. Hate to be blunt, but it is just continuing to prove to be the case that this O-line is manhandling this D-line right now.
They deserve to roll up their sleeves and show up their biceps because they're doing exactly what you just described, manhandling the defensive front. They've got the leverage, they are powering through, and they're controlling this game.
And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43. So the penalty yards marched off on the face mask. Here's 1st and 10. They'll keep it on the ground. Finley. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Here's Herbert. Now a deep one for Johnston. And give him another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues. Extra point try now from Dicker. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. Now after the Dicker field goal, he's back out ready to send it away. And he'll elect not to run with it. And a fair catch on the kickoff will move the ball to the 25. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
On 1st and 10, here's Gibbs. Able to slither by. And a pretty good burst right there as he'll take this down to the 33. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Finds Gibbs on the check down. And he's going to have a first down on a gain of about 10, and that'll take us to the 2-minute warning. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Throwing the out route, incomplete. It's Weaver. So he stopped for no gain, and it's second down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Throwing again on second down, but this time it's incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown, but they still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it.
Well, CD, they just haven't had a whole lot to cheer about or really grasp onto in this game. They've been dominated, but at least they get a late touchdown here, something positive to put on film for tomorrow's session.
Yeah, they're still trying to execute, trying to get some positives on their board and ledger sheet and keep this from being a total loss. Give them credit. They're going down fighting.
Point after, right down the middle as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. Fair catch going to be taken, and this will be moved out to the 25. The Charger drive about to get going. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. And this pass caught by Gray. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 23 yards, the final tally.
Partner, I have to tell you, just one word keeps coming to mind from watching them this afternoon, and that's impressive. They have been impressive from the opening kickoff, and they haven't let up here even into the fourth quarter.
Herbert's throw caught by Gray. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Last play they went over 20 yards. This time they top 30. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown. Looking like they're well on their way to a 2-0 start. All smiles right now on that sideline, isn't it?
As well there should be. It's hard to win a game in the NFL. We hear it all the time. We know that it's difficult. But guess who's smiling? But inside is thinking 24-hour rule because we're going to have to play again next week.
Boss man.
Oh, without a doubt. The head coach, he wants them to feel good, but at the same time, find a way to keep improving.
And he'll elect not to run with it. A fair catch will move this out to the 25-yard line. Offense ready to kick off their next drive. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, it's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnelled. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. They'll drop to throw. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's third down. What we just saw there, that's really been a common theme all afternoon.
A lot of pressure. That forced the errant pass. He's been under duress this entire afternoon. He just had to unload that one. He's fortunate it was just incomplete and not intercepted.
And the Chargers rush is going to get there. Down he goes. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in the game. The decision made for them. They've got to go. It's fourth down. They'll try and run for it. But no reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on fourth. And the Lions quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts. That'll be their third and final stoppage here as we step aside. The fourth down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. On play action, they'll throw. And he can't escape, and down he goes. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Back to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete.
To number 13.
So it's a win here for the LA Chargers, and it was thanks to the fine play of their quarterback, CD, Justin Herbert.
Yeah, he just threw touchdown pass after touchdown pass after touchdown pass. It got to be comical after a while. If they got the football, you knew it would end up in the end zone. Just a spectacular game. One of the best you'll ever see.
So for the Chargers, it was a great all-around performance as they come out of this one with the victory. So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. From Southern California, so long, everybody.